Hi, everyone. It's good to be back here on the Lead with AI stage. Jacob already did my intro. So you know I only have 15 minutes to convince all of you to stop using AI and start building with it. Like Jacob said, my name is Helen Kupp. I'm the founder of Women Defining AI. I'm also the mom of 3 crazy kids. They're 6, 4, and 9 months. So trust me when I say that I know how to do big things with really limited time. Okay, most of you who've seen me talk before know that I love getting to know all of you first. So if you can scan this QR code or go to this website on the top of the page, tell me more about how you use AI today. And between one-off chats, automations, building something, if you've wanted to go further, what keeps you from going further? And if you're joining us virtually, please join in the poll as well. This is working. It's great. Time, I feel that. Not enough time to learn it all, how to do it. I don't know how to code. Oh, I love this. Okay. Keep filling this out for me, because I always love like a good ending summary poll to share with you all. Here's what I'm noticing. Despite everything that we're hearing about AI, and 2025 being the year of agents, remember that? I see, both in this room and in all of the executive conversations that I've had, that we're still using AI not much more than an advanced Google chat, right? We open up a chat, we ask a question, we get an answer, and then we close the chat, we come back when there's something else that's top of mind or something to do. And yes, if we are honest with ourselves, maybe that got us a faster email. Maybe that got us a quicker answer. But that's not transformation. That's not even close to what this technology can do. The gap that I'm noticing is that shift from using AI to actually building with it, from one-off chats to more systems, from prompts to assistants, agents, automations, and beyond. But if you think that I'm talking to you about coding, you would be completely wrong. So what do I mean? Well, last month I built my own AI chief of staff. It didn't start that way, though. It started with a problem. It was the start of the new year, and I was just paralyzed. There was a million things to do. So I did what we all do. We open up chat. Here I opened up Claude, and I brain dumped all the things that I had to do. And I said, help me prioritize this. And it did a decent job at prioritizing the things that I brain dumped. But I could have stopped here, right? We all usually stop here and say, great, I'll do this again next time. Prioritization, cool. But I didn't. Instead of thinking about the problem in the moment, I thought about, well, I am now the solo full-time operator of a nonprofit. Prioritization is not a sometimes thing. It's an everyday thing, every hour thing, really. So if I wanted, what would it take for this activity to be really useful? What's the real problem I'm trying to solve here? It's not to prioritize what I add in the chat in the moment. It's to find my blind spots, right? To really look at things that are coming up, my strategic pillars for the organization, and flag to me if I'm missing things. And so, what was it missing? Context. And instead of stopping at that chat, I said, what's the system that I need to build here? And so the first thing I did, which you can do actually after this talk, I went into my Claude account and I connected it to tools. Google Drive, Google Calendar especially, so it knows what's coming up. And then I opened up the project instructions and I added what our Women Defining AI strategic pillars are this year. And now it knew not just urgency, what was coming up, it knew what was important. And the first time I ran it, it called me out. Like, there was a ton of things I wanted to do, and Actually, I had a kindergarten reading that I had kind of forgotten about in the morning, and an early pickup to go for my kids' piano class. And that really only meant 1 2-hour work block. So I couldn't do the 5 things. I had to do the one most important thing, which was fill out our grant application, of course, funding. And I could have stopped there. I really could have. But why? Instead, I said, what would make this even better? And even better means not having to go to the chat and reach out and find my blind spots. Who does that anyway? Even better would be integrating it into the space in which I already worked and having it proactively tell me what were my blind spots. This is an example, actually, of because it's so easy in my Slack now. I pinged it because all my kids are sick. This last month has been crazy. And I was like, just help me figure out what really needs to happen and what you can take off my plate. Now that it's in Slack, now that it can be proactive, I use my chief of staff literally every single day. When's the last time you use an AI tool or workflow that frequently in your organizations? Now, here's what I want you to hear from this story. It's not about coding. The power of building is seeing a problem and thinking, I can make this better, and really thinking about the right problem to solve. Instead of the problem in the moment, prioritize my brain dump. That would have been enough. But actually taking a step back and saying, what's the right problem to solve? What's the bigger opportunity here for our organization? And when you start to see the world and opportunities in that way, you are thinking at a systems level where you now have something to anchor on to make it better over time. It's not just the one-off chat anymore. You have a system that you can go back to, iterate on as you continue to learn. Now, once you start seeing the world this way and you start having this builder mindset, here's what happens. So in Women Defining AI, we teach a really popular foundational course called AI Foundations, which is micro-learning that takes you from zero to building in 10 to 15-minute lessons a day. But to set up the cohort, each and every time, I had to go through this insane manual process of downloading registrations, putting it into MailChimp, creating a new tag, copying over and editing 40 emails by hand each time, just going in and painstakingly updating specifics in every single email. None of this is hard. It's just so much manual work. And here's where most people would stop, right? You would see the inefficiency. And here, actually, using AI to write these emails faster wouldn't have saved me any time. The time consumption part was just how many emails I had to do at once. And so instead of continuing to do that, I said there had to be a better way. The builder mindset is thinking about, well, what is this better way? So I paused, said, instead of doing this again, I got to fix it. But I didn't just go straight to coding. That would be crazy. I'm not a technical person. I've never written code in my life. Instead, I went into Claude and I said, look, help me plan out an automation to take the manual task away. And let me actually codify the process. What do I do today, step by step? And I want you to hear that this is the really important part. You are codifying your approach, your thinking, your process. And once we had a bit of that brainstorm back and forth, I asked it to summarize all of that into a final, cleaner doc, a product requirements doc for those of us in product, and exported it and fed it into Claude Code. And then Claude Code and I prototyped this. So what did we build? We're gonna let this demo run a bit. Okay, this is what Claude Code looks like. It's a terminal, yes. But we built this / command. So I typed in new intermediate, And what you're seeing is it's asking me a couple of questions about this intermediate cohort that we're starting next week. And it's gathering some details so it knows how to customize all those emails. So it's developing the configuration. It's doing all of this. I'm just watching it run. It asks me and checks in, okay, we've got the 10 subject lines and schedule. Do you want me to go ahead and create the campaigns in MailChimp? I have not opened up MailChimp yet, by the way. I said, yes, of course. And it sets it up. Wait for it. This was so great when this happened. Hold on. And it's created it. Like, it literally did these 10 emails for me. This was the first prototype. It drafted the email, set up the audience, customized it all, even had all the dates for schedule send, like, ready to go. Fancy, I know. I know. I felt that way afterwards. One Cloud Code command, couple of minutes, something that used to take me days. Now, I know some of you are looking at me and thinking, Helen, I'm not technical. This is way too technical for me. And I will peel back a layer and say a Cloud Code command is just a set of instructions. It's a text file. Yes, it's in the terminal, but it's a text file. And you may notice that actually it goes through the same steps that we just saw. It says step 1, gather details from your user. Step 2, gather live session details, if there are live session times, et cetera, et cetera. There's further steps about how to access MailChimp as a tool. And yes, there is some setup where you have to figure out the MailChimp API. But do you know how I figured that out? I asked Cloud Code to tell me. AI is a really great teacher, believe it or not. So again, I'm not here to tell you that you should start coding. I didn't write any part of that. What I'm here to tell you is that building is about turning one-offs into systems, repetition into automation, implicit thinking and your expertise in this room into explicit instructions. Building is about not knowing exactly how to approach it, but believing that you can figure it out. And if we all here, with the level of experience in this room and in this audience, can take the expertise that we have, write it down, and then have AI build our expertise into something more scalable, imagine what's possible. So I challenge you to start today. Yes, time, I remember seeing that in the poll. Time is a big part of it. But you have to pause and you have to take a step back from doing the same thing over and over again if you want transformation, if you want to design something new. You have to pause and try something hands-on, right? Pick one task that you did this week that you'll do again next week. Write down your steps. And then open up a Claude project or a custom GPT, Claude Code if you are ambitious, and paste that in and so that it can process it, iterate on it. Building as a skill is so much easier now with AI that the distance between I have a problem and I can make that happen, fix it, build it, create it, bring it to life, has collapsed. The people who are pulling ahead are the ones who are unafraid to jump into it, technical barriers or not, and figure it out. And we are so conditioned to wait, right? Wait for the engineering team to have resources, wait for the vendor to have a product feature release. And I'm here to say you do not have to wait anymore. And actually the best thing to do is to go and try and experiment. We just held a 80-person Claude Code setup kickoff on Monday within Women Defining AI. And despite all of the prep that we did, and we did a lot of prep, the single best tip in that session was to screenshot whatever you were running up against, feed it into AI, and have AI figured out for you. So if Claude Code was feeling intimidating, if 80 women can do that over the course of a lunch hour, you can absolutely do that. So, have I convinced you to build yet? Yes, I see some yeses. Okay. If I haven't yet, I'll give you 2 more Easter eggs. If you thought that those were the only 2 examples of building that I brought to the table today, you'd be wrong. If you filled out the poll, you may notice that this entire presentation was vibe-coded using Lovable. And at the end of the poll, you actually have a link to the full site. So you have all of the content and presentation materials. You have a link to our website to learn more about our organization, and a link to donate. Please donate to our 100% volunteer-run effort. But also, second Easter egg is that demo video. I didn't create that. Claude Code did, all of it. I recorded the video, and it did the editing and creation and all of the rest. So I'm Helen. Come find me at the break. I'm happy to talk about zero to building across any aspect of AI.